Yeah, so yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay. I can share my presentation.
Yeah, we can see presentation right now. Yeah.
I try to.
So, Novita, can we start right now, or should we wait a little bit more for other students? Oh, we cannot hear you. You can turn on your microphone. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome for like this moment. Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the international visiting lecture today with International Scientific and Technical University from Ukraine. Welcome to the Honorable Miss Kateryna Tokarieva as a lecturer PhD of Law, Head of Department of Law. For the topic today is Green Tax Policy as a development necessity for progressive states. And for today's session is being live streamed on the Universitas STEKOM YouTube channel. And now I will read our agenda this afternoon. First, we will start class presentation delivered by Miss Kateryna and continue with the Q&A session. In the next session, we have time for documentation unless time is closing. Okay, let's begin. We will start class presentation delivered by Miss Kateryna. The time is yours. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. And today we will speak about green tax policy as a requirement of the development of modern states. Our topic is not so not so complicated and not so easy, but we can start today, and maybe our next meeting can be also connected with this topic. And I had wrote a plan for our. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a second. I don't understand why my presentation isn't. Oh, okay. Our plan for today will have
Katya,
some...
we cannot see the plan. Next slide, we cannot see it.
Oh, sorry. One second. Nastya, maybe I can ask you to help me with the presentation because I don't understand why it is not working.
Okay, should I share the screen from the Google
Yeah,
Docs?
I can stop my presentation and you can share. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. One moment. Give me just one moment. I will open it. Okay. Yeah. So you will just say next slide and it will be okay. Yeah, one moment.
Okay, last time we had this problem also, and
Okay.
you were my.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
I hope it's okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we can see. So next slide, please. And I have written a short plan for our today's webinar, and you can see some questions that I try to explain today. And first question is connected with common in green economy, sustainable development, and taxation. Um, Next is question with the European Green Deal and its components, legal concept on green taxation, experience of green taxation implementation in different countries, and with this question we can see the difference in this problem, in solving this problem. Yeah. Next question: advantages and challenges of green taxation model implementation and prospects for Ukraine. As you know, Ukraine 3 years lives in aggressive of Russian Federation, and we have also some problems with ecological safety, and I would like to say some words about it. Next slide, please. Thank you so much. So I think that you can see this terminology, green economy. This term is not so new, and the green economy was first term, and then comes green taxation. The green economy, this is a new global development trend and a way to promote economic progress while ensuring environmental sustainability and social equality, and this trend is considered a promising way to achieve sustainable development. For this reason, the United Nations and its member states are working to incorporate green economy approaches and principles into their documents, including the agenda for sustainable development and the sustainable development goals to 2000. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can explain. And now I'm learning German language, and sometimes I have a mix in my head German words and English. But today we have English lecture, so I try to speak only English. This agenda is to 2030, yeah, and all European countries is connected with this document and try to achieve problems that we have today in our life. Next slide, please. As I said earlier, the green economy is connected with green policies and sustainable development goals. And you can see at this slide that green economy and green policies of different states take 8 goals of sustainable development. You can see the name of this goal and you can see the number of this goal in this document. Poverty eradication, industry innovation and infrastructure, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, and climate action. I should say that climate action, this goal is the most important in green economy and green policies of the states, but it's also pays attention in this question, quality of life, and this question is people-centric, and that's why its development is also linked to the achievement of the following goals as good health and well-being, peace, justice, and strong institutions. And I should say that one of the most important components of green economy is green taxation. And before moving to the green taxation, let's look at the European Green Deal as the basic for its implementation. Next slide. Thank you. So the European Green Deal and its components. We can hear different meanings. What is the Green Deal? First of all, you can hear that Green Deal is a document or an initiative, but all of these meanings are correct. The European Green Deal is a document, an initiative that calls for comprehensive action to make our environmental protection and climate change a top of priority in European Union policy. As you can see, this deal have so many different elements. For example, mandatory achievement of carbon neutrality by 2000. I'm sorry, by 2050, reduction of CO2 emissions from the 9,000 level.
50 to 55%. Yeah, I will help you a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, I will say these details later. So you can see so many different aspects in this Green Deal, and I can try to explain some of them, and connect these aspects with green tax policy. As you can see of this slide, Green Deal really is connected with climate, with nature, and with different approaches to save our nature. So we can talk about it not only today, yeah. You can see that period of this Green Deal is so long. We have today we have 2025, and this approach, yeah, is plus 25 years, and I will say that Ukraine also have different documents, laws that we can compare in with this European deal and understand is this approach good or no. Next slide, bitte. Please. Next slide, please. I'm so sorry. So, green tax policy and different components of it. As we said, a green tax policy is a strategy that uses tax instruments to achieve environmental goals, such as reducing greenhouse gas emissions, switching to renewable energy sources, and improving air and water quality. It is becoming increasingly relevant in the face of global environmental challenges. Climate change, environmental pollution, and depletion of natural resources require governments to implement effective measures to protect our ecosystem. So this green policy we must have and must solve problems with our climate, with our air, and so on. This green tax policy has different components, and today we will talk about some of these aspects of these components, and I should say that different states have different approaches with this green policy, but we can compare and understand that some of them is common. And first of all, I would like to talk about subsidies and incentives. First of all, that is financial incentives. Governments can provide subsidies for companies and individuals that use environmentally friendly technologies or other practices, and in this way, we can talk about subsidies for the installation of solar panels or the purchase of electric vehicles. So these subsidies also are different, and we will speak later that state can decide this way for giving subsidies by their individual approach or solution. States have so many different things that we can compare. For example, government form unitary government, or the federation, or the confederation. For example, Germany. Germany is federative republic, yeah, and we can say that different lands in Germany will have different approaches, different aspects of these subsidies, and I can say that that is so surprisingly when you read law and can understand that in Baden-Württemberg people can have financial incentiveness, and in Bavaria this incentiveness is not possible. Yes, so and this aspect is also very important, and we can understand that in European Union, different countries will have different aspects to solve, different instruments to solve this problem. So I will say a few words about it ein bisschen later. Ein bisschen later. Subsidies for research and development. These subsidies are not similar with financial subsidies. The goal of these subsidies is the goal of these subsidies is to support research and into sustainable technologies, and government say, okay, I would like to pay your learning, your understanding modern technologies. I would like to pay for your education, and then after education you will go you will working, yeah, you have work, and then you will this knowledge improve in your profession, and I will have 1000% good specialist, yeah, good expert that can help me to improve these technologies on high level and solve the problem. So these subsidies for research and development is very important, and I think that you hear that the European Union have so many research and learning projects with high school, for example, Erasmus Plus project. They have different sections, different topics that can help people in Ukraine and in European Union to find new techniques, new new things to achieve problems that we have today, and these problems are connected with climate change and our ecological safety. The next element of green tax policy is tax credits. This element is not so popular as subsidies, but tax credits. Also, many countries given for the taxpayers, for the companies, and these credits can be via grant for taxpayers, for companies, for individuals that also would like to to invest to create modern and sustainable technologies, modern equipment, I don't know. And for example, companies that introduce energy efficient technologies or use renewable energy sources can receive tax benefits. And I should say that in Ukraine, because of the war, we have also problem with electricity, with energy, and our government are also would like to improve these tax credits, but now this law initiatives are not so popular because we have safety problem in general. But a year or 2 years ago, we had such law initiative when government said, okay, these generations for making electricity and other sustainable modern technologies is not under the taxes. You pay nothing when you give or the transport or the buying in Ukraine these technologies, and when you would like to use these technologies in your production, and your company will work in, you will pay other taxes or the fees, and the budget will have some money from you and can pay in pension, can pay in salaries and others. So this tax credits also is very important, but as I said in first component, this is the approach of government. And in Ukraine, when you will read tax code of Ukraine, you will not find this word component tax credits, but you can find this 0% taxation, and that is also so important for our business, for our people that can have work and produce some things and pay other taxes. So next slide, please. Next component, or the next aspect, is environmental taxes. This component is the most important, I should say, because environmental taxes are the heart of this European Green Deal, and you can see earlier that this document would like to say governments, oh, you should make this, you should improve different mechanism, and this taxes is connected with different emissions, different gas pollutions, and so on. You can see three the most popular taxes that have that governments have in the tax system, or they will have these taxes in the tax system. First of all, this is carbon taxes. These taxes are levied on companies depending on the amount of CO2 emissions. For example, Sweden, Sweden is the first country that declared this tax in their legislation, and they say in 1000. And they say in 1991 that then they would like to improve this tax, and they will have different methods for paying this tax. We have first question in our chat. But if I can, I will end my presentation and then I try answer your questions. You can write, our guests can write all of the questions in chat, and then when I finish, I will read and try to answer. Sweden was the first country in the world who improved these carbon taxes in 1991. So can you imagine, more than 30 years, they paid these taxes, and they have so strong method count this CO2 emissions, and people pay, and they have they have this approach with no Green Deal. But this is so important. Next group, this are pollution taxes. Taxes on the emission of other pollutions, nitrogen or sulfur, can be introduced to reduce their levels in atmosphere. This may include taxes on industrial emissions or taxes on the use of certain chemicals. And the third group of taxes, taxes on the use of non-renewable resources. These taxes are aimed at reducing the consumption of fossil fuels and other non-renewable resources. For example, the introduction of excise taxes on oil and gas can promote the transition to cleaner energy sources. So we can see that these taxes are different, but they have one common goal, to save our climate, to save our atmosphere, and to reduce negative influence of our planet. Next slide, please. Now I will tell some words about this implementation of these taxes, this approach, green policy in different countries. And as you can see, we will start with Sweden, and carbon tax. As I said earlier, this tax was introduced in 1991, and this tax was one of the first and most successful examples of its kind in the world. The carbon tax rate was gradually increased, which helped reduce CO2 emissions. And you can see that by 2021, the tax rate reached 120 euros per ton of CO2. This made the carbon tax one of the highest in the world. As you can see, also in 1990, gas emissions was decreased 25% since 1990, and we can say that this approach shows that economic growth and environmental sustainability can go hand in hand. So we can save our planet and have high green or a strong green economy. We can have good tax policy and save our planet and have modern technologies in our regulations. So in my opinion, Sweden experience with carbon tax is so good for other countries. Next slide. France, they have another options, another approach with this green tax policy. They have green tax reform, as you can see, and I can say that statistics and researches that I have read with this question for our today's webinar, they say that this green reform, tax reform, is also good. They have good results, but these results are not so high. For example, we in Sweden, yes, and in France they also have carbon taxes, and these taxes were introduced to reduce dependence on fossil fuels and encourage the transition to renewable energy resources. And as you can see, the reform includes subsidies for households and businesses that invest in environmentally friendly technologies such as solar panels and energy efficient heating systems. So we can say that France is also a government that increase this green tax politics, and this green tax politics is good connected with European Green Deal. But I should also say that France had this green tax reform. I don't remember the time, but it's so long time before this Green Deal, maybe 15 or 20 years ago. They did first steps with this reform, and today they have good result, and they can say, European Commission can say, oh, these results are connected with our Green Deal. So France is also a good example for other countries, not only countries of European Union. Next slide. As I remember, yeah, it's German. Germany has emissions trading system. This approach is absolutely different from France and from Sweden, but I can say that German also has so good, in my opinion, approach with climate protection, with environmental protection. They have emission trading system that was created to reduce greenhouse gas emissions within the European Union, and the system allows companies to buy and sell CO2 emissions allowances. So companies that reduce their emissions below a set level can sell their excess allowances to other companies, creating a financial incentive to reduce pollution. And in German, they have so different things. For example, when you would like to change the oil in your auto, you cannot this oil in the forest or in the ground off. Yeah, you should look in where you can sell this bad oil, and you should come to this shop or I don't know, repairing station and say, I would like to sell you this old oil, and you should pay money for this procedure. That company takes your oil and they will later, yeah, this oil this oil, I don't know, restructured or and you should, for example, you should also these plastic bottles in special containers also put in, and when you don't do it in a legislative way, you will have financial sanctions, and these sanctions financial are very high. So people always thinking, oh, okay, I will do this, or I would like to pay in in German budget so high money, so high sanctions. And I should say that green policy, not only taxation policy in Deutschland, in German are so wide. They would like not only taxation, they would like also a green policy as a method of thinking and living. They try to explain people that you must do it, that you must take care of your planet, you must take care of your air, forests, ground, water, and so on. So I should say that in my opinion, German is one of the most greenest, yeah, most green countries in European Union. They understand what is climate neutrality. They understand what does it mean to protect our nature and why these green taxes are so high and why I should pay these taxes. And as you can see on the slide, Germany has achieved significant reductions into CO2 emissions in the energy sector by switching to the renewable energy sources, especially wind and solar, and closing coal-fired power plants. Does it mean that in German, in countryside, in the village, you can see always these solar panels that can make alternative energy. And also I will say about Denmark, few words. Denmark and German are so common in this question. They both having windy energy. In German, you can see this so big windy stations that always working, and they are having a good result with the energy. And as I said, in villages, in countryside, private houses also have these solar panels, and when you have it, you can go to the administration of your city, of your town, and say, I would like to have subsidies or the tax credit because I have these panels, because I take care of my nature, yes, of my climate, of my town, and government will say, super, you can take it. You will in German they have different tax rates and different tax classes. This classes is connected with your family. Are you alone, or are you have you wife, or have you husband, have you children, how many money can you earn per month? Yes, and this is important for German. But when you say some words about green technologies, green policy, they can say, oh, you will have from next month you will have a lower tax class, and you should pay not so many as earlier, because you have these solar panels or different technologies, and you help government to say yes, green policy, and we can together save our planet, our government, and achieve the goal, the big goal, yeah, to have these all goals of European Green Deal, and we can come in the first government in this process. Next slide, please. Oh, Denmark, as I say, they have windy electricity, and you can say that today, 2025, they have they generate more than 40% of electricity from wind. This is very I think this is cool, this is very important, and they have high tariffs for electricity from fossil sources, and they say that windy power this is so cool opportunity to save the planet, and they say we have money and energy from the air. Yeah, we have wind technologies, and we can not pay so many so much every day, and we can have clean atmosphere, clean ground, clean water, rivers, and so on. And this is a really cool experience. As I said, Denmark and Germany, they have something common in this process, but Denmark is more productive, is more modern in this situation. So I think that I will learn this experience more, and next time can also tell you about this, how and why Denmark understands that this approach is cool. So next slide, please. I would like also say a few words about European Union regulations of Green Deal and green taxation policy. You can see that first directive on the taxation of energy products was in 2003, yeah, 22 years ago. So this directive is so old, but this legislative act first explain and regulate minimum tax rates on energy products in order to increase energy efficiency and promote the use of renewable energy sources. And this directive also allows European Union countries to set their own tax rates above the minimum levels. So in this situation, we can see communication with European regulation and state regulation of European members. But as I said, this directive is old, and today we have another list of regulation. This list of regulation is connected with European Green Deal, and we can see also carbon neutrality 2050 includes measures to reform the taxation system. And in this Green Deal, we can see that it proposed to create a mechanism for border carbon regulation to protect European producers from competition with countries with less stringent environmental standards. And I think that in Ukraine we will have in future, when the war ended, in future we will have also this regulation, carbon regulation in common with this directive, but I should say that these two regulations, that is not all. First of all, I would like to show you that this regulation in this period of time, 22 years, the European Union has very good jump in very good progress in these situations, and you can see that with this European Green Deal we have other directives, other laws, other solutions. But the most important for me to see this progress from the beginning of this regulation and today, what we have today and what European Green Deal can say us and other governments, yes, that achieve this problem, achieve this approach with European Union. Also, I would like to say that, for example, Canada, they are not in European Union now, yes, but they have also this green taxation, green approach. They have modern regulation in 2024. They say that they would like also have this tax subsidies, transfers from government to local budgets that can allow financial green energy projects. They have also common strategy, and they I have read the research, and Canadian researchers, they say we are not in the European Union, but we think that European approach is really important and so cool for not only for European Union but for whole world, and every country must understand this approach and have national regulations. So we can summarize that this European regulation in their progress is cool, is perfect, and we will see what we can do, what we can research, yes, with this regulations, with these proposals for every country. So next slide, please. As you can hear, I have said only positive aspects of Green Deal, European Green Deal, and green taxation. And we can see on this slide that really this approach have so many benefits. For example, stimulating sustainable development. Green taxes promote the transition to more sustainable technologies and practices, and these technologies and practices they can lead to the creation of new jobs in clean energy sectors. This is really benefit of green taxation, and we know that so many today we have so many new vision, maybe new approach of the modern energy technologies, and so many people that who are connected with technologies, IT industry, engineers, yeah, they have new not only new job and high salary, they have new way of personal development. It's also cool. Next benefit, it's improved environmental quality. Today we said about it so many times, and this benefit is because reduced air and water pollution due to reduced emissions of harmful substances, and this can also lead to improved public health. So we can say that this benefit is very important because when we talked about sustainable development and its goals, one of these goals was health. Yes, public health, and this goal can be achieved with this benefit. So, and next benefit is economic growth, and we also have said today that instruments in sustainable technologies can lead to economic growth by creating new markets and jobs. For example, the renewable energy market continues to grow in many European countries, and I should say that, for example, in Ukraine, because of the war, we must rebuild our country, re-innovate our country, and these benefits of green taxation can also help Ukraine and other countries that have wars or other bad scenes, yeah, other catastrophe. They also can help renovate country, cities, apartments, and so on. So, and these new technologies also, as we said, they make new job market, they make new opportunities for people that live in different countries, and as a result, we have more this is so komisch, but we have green taxation and reduced tax rates and credits and other benefits, but as a result, we will have more money in our budget. So this reduce taxation can make higher our budget revenues, our money, and this is really cool. So next slide, please. I don't would like to say that we have positive and negative scenes. I will say that we have positive aspects and possible challenges. And first of this challenge is that green taxes can disproportionately affect low-income households if not designed carefully. Yeah, we must talk about that the consideration should be given to compensation or subsidies for for special groups, yeah, and this problem we also have now and before the war, and not only in Ukraine. We have the opinion that green taxes or taxes and 0% of taxes, yes, it can be good for one person and bad for other person, and this way is not social and is not good in the law and social country. But this approach is not truth. When we give for one person or for one small group that is common in different criteria, we try to create good reasons to have to be a taxpayer and to have money or other tax objects. Yes, we create to not similar but common common conditions for different groups of people, groups of taxpayers, and I can say that you can see this social problem, social dispropose, like a challenge, but I don't think that it is really a challenge. In this situation, we should understand the logic of our tax legislation, and we should write this legislation correct, and then when we will these rules in our life introduce, yes, we will have no this challenge. But in analytics, in researches, we can see this social disproportion via a challenge. So next possible challenge is administrative cost. The need to create new control and administration mechanism may lead to additional costs. Oh, one second, please. I have to charge my battery. One second. Excuse me. Oh, yes. And it is important to optimize tax collection processes. Yes, that can be a challenge, but we should understand that we are talking about new technologies, progressive technologies, and in tax administration we can also use these technologies. I would like to say later that we can use blockchain, we can use virtual assets, we can use other technologies and opportunities for administration these green taxes. Yes, first of all, we need some money to improve these new technologies in our tax system. But when we improve something new in our life, we always need money, and this is a process. So at first it can be a challenge, but when we improve it, it will be better. Yeah, we have such challenge with this tax administration, because we we know that people can do this work, and we need so many people, so many job places. We should pay so many salaries these people to administrative these taxes. But today we have technologies, we have intellect that can help us. So yes, it costs money, but that is not a challenge. Yeah. And the last possible challenge is business resistant. Some companies may resist the introduction of new taxes due to concerns about cost increases, and it is necessary educate them about the long-term benefits of such measures. I would like to say that in Ukraine, for example, we have a very specific tax policy. This specific is connected with the war, and our government say, oh, war is not good, but we would like to increase our tax rates, and you should pay more and more and more. And business said, without green tax policy, oh no, why our tax policy is so stupid? I'm sorry, yes, because people think I live in Ukraine, I have business, for example, in Kherson, in Kharkov, and in other cities near Russia, and I would like to create, I would like that people have job, I would like to pay taxes, but I don't want to pay so high taxes. And people say, oh, I think that government should protect me, that government should help me. And government sometimes said, oh, I understand your logic, but I have budget, I have pensions, I have to pay money to the people that have no apartments, that have no job, and so on, so on. And these situations can be as a challenge, but we should understand that people should know that we have taxes and tax principles, as one of them is principle of stability, and we know in Ukraine that innovations in tax policy can be improved only 6 months that come in next these innovations. Yes, but sometimes government, I think that not only Ukrainian government, they can say, oh, this principle is not so important. We can today we have these innovations, we decide that we can improve this innovation, and tomorrow our taxpayers should pay with these new politics. This is really a problem, but we should to educate our taxpayers, and we should explain that tax policy is we have two sides, yeah, two tax from one side as a control of this process, yet tax service and taxpayer from the other side, and they should communicate, they should together speaking and understanding each other, and then we will have a good result. And when we have the situation when tax says, oh, I am so important, I from the government, I'm so important service, and you is only taxpayer. You should make that I say, and that's all. In this situation, we have problem. Yes, but my speech is connected with this. I summarize that we should talk with our taxpayers, and we should explain our logic, their benefits. We should have good educational company for the taxpayers, and then we will have a good result in this green policy. And today we spoken about that this green policy, Green Deal, European Green Deal is so wide, so long. We have temporarily so long period of time in that we should make some things, and this is so important. Next slide, please. Oh, you can see so many texts on this and next slides. I will say only some words about it because I have said so many today about the Ukraine, and I think that you know that Ukraine would like to be a part of European Union, and in these circumstances, Ukrainian should to adopt our national legislation with the legislation, I'm sorry, of European Union, and we have started this process, this procedure, but it is not so short, so quickly. We would like to have some time because we already had that experience when the European Union said, oh, you must improve our legislation in your legislation, and Ukraine said, okay, I can do it. We write this legislation in our tax code, for example, and then we should this legislation improve in our life, but we cannot do it because European Union has different legislation, different background for this legislation, and when we can say, oh, okay, we have not as you background, but we will copy paste, yeah, your approach. That was wrong. So today we is a part of the European Green Deal in radical reduction of greenhouse gases and achieving climate neutrality. At the same time, energy and environmental taxation, as well as the emissions trading system, can play an active and positive role, but we should to change our environmental taxation. We have today we have only ecology tax, and we should to change these taxes. But for today we have also a support of electric vehicles in tax code, And you can see that the loss of Ukraine on alternative energy sources and on energy efficiency provide for appropriate incentives for manufacturers of green energy equipment. For example, it is established of green tariffs or and it should be noted that Ukraine is among the top 10 countries that can share of energy from renewable sources. And that is a problem that in Ukraine today we have no complex tax regulation. As you can see on this slide, we have some legislation in tax code, and tax code is the main law in Ukraine with taxes, and have also different laws that also regulate these tax fees. I think that it is not correct. We should have all tax politics in tax regulation. I should say that these laws on energy efficiency or on alternative energy sources, these laws are not tax laws. So we have this problem. We should to combine all tax rates, subsidies in context of European Green Deal in one legislative act. And also, next slide, please. We should to create, next slide, also. I can share then the presentation, and you can read when you want with details. Okay, next slide. So many texts, and we have to create new legal mechanism for this new fees and taxes. As I said, we have only ecology tax, but this tax is not for all objects that we have talked about today. And this tax, ecology tax, it can't have all objects in this mechanism. So we should create, 1 second, please. I would like to look my notations. Так. We should create these mechanisms, but as I said earlier, we would like to improve digital technologies in this process. For example, we can, as I said, we can improve blockchain technology, we can improve smart grids, yes, and this technology can help us to make the process of not administration, but to count this volumes of CO2 or another gas, another I don't know, petrol or and modern smart grids, yes, they also combine modern tools for communication and control energy supply networks, and this is easier than in traditional way, control these volumes and count this by special methods, these taxes, these rates, and the sum of the money that taxpayers that they should pay. Yes, and I think that you know that blockchain, for example, is a technology that is in virtual assets, for example, Bitcoin or Ethereum, as a kind of virtual assets, also have this technology blockchain, and this technology is maintained by thousands of miners using some kind of mechanism, proof of work or proof of stake, and the benefit of this technology also is that every transaction sent to the blockchain is verified and executed by all validators, so it cannot be changed anymore. It comes. Yes, the information is registered, and that's all. You cannot change the information. You cannot say false. Yeah, the information is fixed. In addition to transaction, blockchains such as Ethereum also support so-called smart contracts, which are self-executing programs that run to blockchains, as I said. Yeah, also this component blockchain is also important for not only for green taxation, for creating of new model communication between taxpayers and tax service, between counter agents that would like to buy or to sell energy and so on. So, in my opinion, the Ukrainians should, after the war, improve these modern technologies in green taxation, and that will be so important thing. Next slide. Oh, I see that we have not so many time, and I would like also to say that so many countries have this positive experience to they already improved these technologies in energy sector and in taxation, and you can see that in Germany, in Australia, in USA, in Denmark, we have so many different approaches, and in China also. And these technologies are also connected with aim to trade carbon and related monitoring for our European Green Deal and for green policy, green tax policy. This is also so important thing that this monitoring you can do it automatically, and you will always know that this information is there are no a mistake. Yeah, here the information is 100% truth, and that is also so cool. Next slide, please. Previous, please. I would like to tell some words about Ukrainian fees, yes, that we should improve in our legislation, and you can see that this fee or the tax, I don't know what it can be, so we can do it in 2 ways: fee or the tax. For example, earlier we have excess, yes, we have this fee, and some years ago this fee comes tax, and for government, for budget, for taxpayers, that is not so important. So you can see that Ukraine, we need to reform vehicle taxation system to take into account the level of CO2 emissions. Today we have this legislation for wide circle of taxpayers, and we need to change the Настя, одиниця виміру підскажи. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, одиниця виміру, yeah? So how can we measure, yeah? So
Oh,
how
thank
can
you
we
so
measure
much.
stuff?
Thank you. We need to change our measures, this CO2 emissions and other bad emissions. Today we have this measure in liter not only in liters, but we should, as European Green Deal said, we should have this measure in grams per kilometer. The amount of tax can also be set in absolute fixed tax by the level of emissions. This is one of the big problems for Ukraine, because we have another approach today, and to improve this innovation we should have no legislative mechanism with this tax or with this fee, and we also need to fix new tax-free limit of emissions in grams per kilometer. Today we have no this limits, but as European legislation said, and we can see it practically, we should have some limit that by that taxpayer can have 0% of taxes, yeah, and more this limit, please, you must pay taxes. This is also very important, because if we will look in different European and not only European countries, we will see that every country has this limit, and they try to protect, to support taxpayers and say, oh, okay, if you make this, you cannot pay money, you shouldn't pay money, yeah. And when these limits are higher, please pay, and the taxes is not so low. Please, next slide. Also, a few words I would like to say about our national revenue strategy of Ukraine until 2030. And this strategy has so many different things that Ukraine would like to achieve by this date 2030. But one of these and these goals, they are connected with revenues, with money that should come to our government budget, to local budgets, and this money should help us to have a development. And in this strategy, our government said that we, as a participant of European member, we have national concept that was created by the Ministry of Environment, and with the assistance of development partners, develop a comprehensive package of measures for post-war period to tax carbon emissions with an environmental tax. This approach said us that Ukraine would like not only achieve European Green Deal, we would like to have ourself strategy, and we would like to change our green tax system for the post-war period. And this is so important because I want to emphasize the change to Ukrainian tax legislation in the context of environmental field, and of great importance is not only in context of European integration, but also because the Russia's military aggression. In this context, I would like to make accent that this issue already borders on legal regulation of environmental safety. Yes, so this is so important for Ukraine, for our other countries, our Ukrainian-friendly countries, and also this post-war tax system, green tax system of Ukraine will be connected with these goals, that sustainable goals that we should achieve. And I would like also to say, next slide please, that in Ukraine we have already green transition office. This green transition office was created with our American partners, and now this office is an independent advisory body under the Ministry of Economy of Ukraine, and the main goal of this office is to help to implement important reforms in the field of green taxation, energy, and climate policy of Ukraine. As I said, the Green Taxation Office operates with the financial support of United Kingdom Agency for International Development. In my opinion, this office is but second or the third step for development the green policy in Ukraine, and I have a wish that Ukraine in nearest future, can be one of the green countries in the world, and we can achieve all the goals that we have today, and these goals will be good example for other countries. So thank you for your attention, and we have some questions in our chat. I have to look some seconds with these questions, and I give answer. Could you explain the potential challenges that governments might face when trying to introduce green taxes, particularly in regions where public awareness of environmental issues is still low? I think I have answered about these questions during my presentation, but I can say that we should look in each situation individually, because for example, as I said, in Germany we have different situations. They have government law, yes, and different local laws that can be in common, partly common with governmental legislation, but also can have different approaches. So challenges challenges are that taxpayers, for example, they don't understand what is the global meaning of this goal, for what we make this, and how we can implement this in different levels: government, local, and others when we have a federation government. So I think that is legislative problems, not understanding with tax service and taxpayers, and the most important problem, technologies and methods that that can use every every citizen, that can use every businessman, every taxpayer, and this is the problem, the communication between different levels of the government. So next. A very good question we have. And second, I should think in second. The question is, how do green tax policies influence the behavior of corporations in terms of adopting sustainable practices, especially in resource-dependent economics? This is so interesting question, and your questions are so wide, because I have no right idea, universally idea that yes, that I can say, oh, this approach will be good for all of us, and we will have good experience, good result. I should say that green tax policy can be good idea for corporations, but the government should first first time, maybe some years, government should say, oh, okay, I would like make this. I know that you said no, yeah, and in this way I will support you. I will say you that you have 0% taxation, or that you can take a credit or dotation or subsidy, and I will step by step support you. Resource dependent economies, we have so many countries with these economies, but for example in South Africa, in Johannesburg, they have this green taxation, but they improve this taxation so many years, and they say, okay, you can pay null in budget 5 years, but you should in these 5 years create these steps. I will help you, I explain all, but you should be honest with me, with the government, yes, and you should hear what I say. And then they have 5 years period of time to come in this green economy, and they have really progress, because in South Africa, for example, they have a really deficit of energy, and they buying energy, they have a special climate, but today they have already 2 years this green policy, trying to having this green tax policy, and they have good result. People see that, okay, I have no taxation at all, but I have result, I have always light, I have always good internet, I have always good mobile communication. This is so important for me, and I have clean nature, clean air, and they say, oh, okay, the next tax period, I would like also in this green policy going and have benefits from the government. So as I said earlier today, we must have this conversation with ein side and one side and second side, and means this conversation we will have good result. And this is important not only doing what government said. When we have this conversation and we have taxpayer oriented model of taxation, taxpayers also can say, oh, okay, I have this problem with your reform, what we can do? And government should react and say, oh, okay, when we improve this reform, we have no this problem, and now we have it. So what we can do? And this compliance with taxpayers and government, this is the most important thing at our steps. When we can when we can see how it works, and see we can say what we can do for make it better later, yeah. And this, for example, Ukraine is, and not only Ukraine, other European countries also, we have firstly steps, first, second, and that's all. We don't know yet how it works. We have only the concept, and so, and then we move to see how it works, and works or not. And then we can give recommendations, and we can say, oh, it's good, or it's bad. Now it's impossible to give practical answers, so we must see. And the last questions that we have. Oh, thank you so much for the link with a certificate. Okay, and the last questions we have: how to provide information to the government so that it can be implemented and the public can be educated about the need for a green tax to tackle pollution in our country. This is also interesting question. As I said, today, European government, European Union, they have good different educational platforms, different educational initiatives, and these initiatives are not only educational for schools, for high education. Yes, they are for all people that live in this country. And for example, European Union have very good educational communication with justice, with laws, and I think that we must have this communication in all countries. Free courses, advertising company, yes, that people can walk in and see the advertising, surfing in internet, and reading news on green taxes, green policy, what you can do, what you. One second. So a government must make a big company, yes, information company, and people will reading, will understanding, and next day we will self-checking, yeah, in internet this information. And for example, in higher education, we must have educational courses for students, for lectures, professors with this information. And I always say my students that you can learn and in future you can be good professional, and you can learn for yourself, and you can improve this knowledge in your personal life. For example, in taxation, when you would like to create a business, big or small, it doesn't matter. Yes, you will know what you can do, how you can do, and what is the goal of this thing. So we should to communicate, and the communication with the government in taxation field can be in individual consultation way. For example, in Ukraine, we have a special site. It is named ZIR, and you can go to this site and write your question and find a short or the long answer. When you read it and you're not satisfied, yes, you can. Every taxpayer has electronic cabinet, and you can online communicate with your tax inspector and say, I have a question, I cannot solve this question, I need individual consultation, and you write all circumstances for your inspector, and she or he can answer in few days, 2 or 3 days, and you can have long explanation, yes, and our taxation service, they make specific letters for taxpayers when they have, for example, 100 questions, not similar but very common. They make a letter, and taxpayers have information, official information in official site, and they can read. But today, with these modern technologies, we can always communicate with our inspector and have professional practice consultation, and in such way we can have good communication, and we can understand what and for what we can do with green taxes. So thank you for your attention. I'm very happy that I have an opportunity today to communicate, to explain my meaning, my thinking about green taxation, and maybe next time we can speak about ecological safety and practice aspects of implementing green taxation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation, Ms. Kateryna. Yeah, before I close this event, for our participants, please open your camera. I will set the picture on the count of 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Again, another 1, 2, 3. Thank you for your participation. Finally, we come to the end of this lecture today. We would like to thank you for Ms. Kateryna for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for our participants. At least we hope to have collaboration in the future. The visiting lecture for today and here. Hope to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day. Thank you so much, Miss, and goodbye.
Thank you so much. Bye.